Hello, my name is Jiso and I am reading Master Dōgen's Shōbōgenzō, and I am now a Zen monk, a priest if you like, if you prefer that word. And we have reached chapter 49, Butsudo, the Buddhist Truth. It's going to have to be a short one today because I've got to get back for the afternoon sit. Right, Butsu means Buddha, and Do originally means way, but also morals and the truth. So Butsudo means the Buddha's truth, or the Buddhist truth. The concept of the Buddhist truth is central to Master Dōgen's theory, and it is helpful to examine the meaning from each of the four phases of Buddhist philosophy. In the first, subjective phase, the Buddhist truth is embodied in the Buddhist philosophical system. In the second, objective phase, the Buddhist truth is the external world, or nature. In the third phase, based on action, the Buddhist truth is ethical or moral conduct in everyday life, that is, everyday life as we live it. In the ultimate phase, the Buddhist truth is ineffable, the complicated, the state in Zazen, or reality itself. In this chapter, however, Master Dōgen does not try to explain these meanings of the Buddhist truth. He simply asserts that there is only one Buddhism, that which was established by Gautama Buddha. Based on his assertion, although there are several Buddhist sects, say that word carefully, we do not need to use the titles that these sects have been given. Master Dōgen insists that the title The Buddha's Truth, or Buddhism, is sufficient, and that it is wrong to use such titles as the Unmon sect, the Hogon sect, the Igyo sect, the Rinzai sect, and the Soto sect. We usually think of Master Dōgen as belonging to the Soto sect, but he himself did not approve of the use of even the title Soto sect. The eternal Buddha Sokai on each occasion preaches to the assembly, from Ino to the 7 Buddhas there are 40 patriarchs. When we investigate these words, from the 7 Buddhas to Ino are 40 patriarchs. When we count the Buddhas and the patriarchs, we count them like this. When we count them like this, the 7 Buddhas are 7 patriarchs, and the 33 patriarchs are 33 Buddhas. Sokai's intention is like this. This is the right and traditional instruction of the Buddha. Only the rightful successors of the authentic transmission have received the authentic transmission of this counting method. From Shakyamuni Buddha to Sokai, there are 34 patriarchs. Each of the transmissions between these Buddhist patriarchs is like Kasyapa meeting the Tathagata, and like the Tathagata getting Kasyapa. Just as Shakyamuni Buddha learns in practice under Kasyapa Buddha, each teacher and disciple exists in the present. Therefore, the right Dharma Eye treasury has been personally transmitted from rightful successor to rightful successor, and the true life of the Buddha Dharma is nothing other than this authentic transmission. The Buddha Dharma, because it is authentically transmitted like this, is perfectly legitimate in its transmission. This being so, the virtues and the pivotal essence of the Buddha's truth have been faultlessly provided. They have been transmitted from India in the west to the eastern lands, 100,008 miles, and they have been transmitted from the time when the Buddha was in the world until today, more than 2,000 years. Some beautiful birdsong in these woods. It's a place of silence and tranquility. But it's also just up the road from Liverpool. Right. I've forgotten where I was. Love. Been transmitted from the time when the Buddha was in the world until today, more than 2,000 years. People who do not learn this truth in practice speak randomly and mistakenly. They randomly call the right Dharma-eye treasury and the fine mind of nirvana that have been authentically transmitted by the Buddhist patriarchs the Zen sect. They call the ancestral master the Zen patriarch. They call practitioners Zen students or students of dhyana. And some of them call themselves the Zen schools. These are all twigs and leaves rooted in a distorted view. Those who randomly call themselves by the name Zen sect, which has never existed in India, in the West or in the Eastern lands, from the past to the present, are demons out to destroy the Buddha's truth. They are the Buddhist patriarchs' uninvited enemies. It's quite harsh, isn't it? Sekimon's Rinkanroku says, Bodhidharma first went from the land of the Liang dynasty to the land of the Wei dynasty. He passed along the foot of Suzan mountain and rested his staff at Shorin temple. He sat in silence facing the wall, and only that he was not learning Zen meditation. He continued this for a long time, but no one could understand the reason, and so they saw Bodhidharma as training in Zen meditation. Now, dhyana is only one of many practices. How could it be all there was to the saint? How could it be all there was to the saint? Yet on the basis of this misunderstanding, the chroniclers of that time subsequently listed him among those who were learning Zen meditation. They grouped him alongside people like withered trees and dead ash. Nevertheless, the saint did not stop at dhyana, and at the same time, of course, he did not go against dhyana, just as the art of divination emerges from yin and yang without going against yin and yang. Calling him the 28th patriarch is on the basis that the great Maya Kasyapa is the first patriarch. Counting from Vipassana Buddha, he is the 35th patriarch. The 7 Buddhas and the 28 patriarchs' experience of the truth should not necessarily be limited to dhyana. Therefore, the master of the past says, dhyana is only one of many practices. How could it be all there was to the saint? This master of the past has seen a little of people and has entered the inner sanctum of the ancestral patriarchs, so he has these words. Throughout the great kingdom of Sung, these days such a person might be difficult to find and might hardly exist at all. Even if the important thing is dhyana, we should never use the name Zen sect. Still more, dhyana is never the whole importance of the Buddha Dharma. Those who nevertheless willfully call the great truth that is authentically transmitted from Buddha to Buddha the Zen sect have never seen the Buddha's truth even in a dream, have never heard it even in a dream, and have never received its transmission even in a dream. Do not cede that the Buddha Dharma might even exist among people who claim to be the Zen sect. Who has invented the name Zen sect? None of the Buddhas and ancestral masters has ever used the name Zen sect. Remember, the name Zen sect has been devised by demons and devils. People who have called themselves a name used by demons and devils may themselves be a band of demons. They are not the children and grandchildren of the Buddhist patriarchs. The world-honoured one, that's quite long this. The world-honoured one, before an assembly of millions on Vulture Peak, picks up an Udumbara flower and winks. The assembly is totally silent. Only the face of the venerable Maya Kasyapa breaks into a smile. The world-honoured one says, I have the right Dharma-eye treasury and the fine mind of nirvana, along with the Samgati robe. I transmit them to Maya Kasyapa. The world-honoured one's transmission to the great Maya Kasyapa is, I have the right Dharma-eye treasury and the fine mind of nirvana. In addition to this, there is no, I have the Zen sect and I transmit it to Maya Kasyapa. He says, along with the Samgati robe. He does not say, along with the Zen sect. Thus, the name Zen sect is never heard while the world-honoured one is in the world. The first patriarch at that time addresses the second patriarch. The Buddha's supreme and fine truth is to preserve for vast kalpas in difficult conduct and painful conduct, and to be able to endure what it is hard to endure. How can one hope to seek the true vehicle with small virtue and small wisdom, and with a trivial and conceited mind? On another occasion he says, the Dharma seal of the Buddhas is not got from other people. And on another occasion he says, the Tathagata transmitted the right Dharma eye treasury to the great Maya Kasyapa. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Great Maya Kasyapa. Because I need to get to my afternoon sit. And this is the last bit of Shōbōgenzō we'll have from these beautiful woods for these beautiful birds. It's been, as always, on session with stone water. It's been transformational, and especially my hairstyle, and yeah, the Tokudo ceremony last night was truly humbling, actually. Yeah. Right. I'll see you on the other side. We'll be back in the usual spot tomorrow. But thank you for listening, as always. Do take care.